Welcome back. New this morning, Debby has been downgraded from a hurricane to a tropical storm. Now, early this morning, Debby made landfall in northern Florida as a Category 1 hurricane. It's threatening the southeast with damaging storm surge and torrential rain. And officials say thousands of emergency personnel are on standby to assist communities during and after the storm. So officials say thousands of emergency personnel are on standby again to help out in that area. Let's get right out to meteorologist Abby Aconi with more on the storm and the situation. Good morning, Abby.
Yeah, good morning. Tropical storms can still be incredibly life-threatening and dangerous. I mean, forecasters expect Debby to drop more than a foot of rain, even much more in some spots across the southeast this week. It's moving inland, where officials say it could cause catastrophic flooding. Florida, South Carolina, and Georgia. So this morning we have Nicole Valdes joining us from Florida. Good morning, Nicole. We're concerned about many things: storm surge, damaging winds, tornadoes. But let's talk about the historic flooding and the impacts we expect to see from that.
Hi there, Abby. Well, unfortunately, we are already starting to see flooding across the Sunshine State. Here in Madison County, it's just east of the state's capital, Tallahassee. You've got some local roads, lower-lying roads that are already underwater, and this is truly just the beginning, as we expect to see a lot more rain, really stalled out over several of these cities across north central Florida, even into Georgia and Savannah, of course, over the next few days. Now, here in Madison, this is just one of many counties that are now without power. We're talking more than 300,000 people still in the dark today. But unfortunately, we also know of at least 2 people that have lost their lives already. So you talk about how dangerous these storms can be. It can be just a tropical storm, but it can pack sometimes just as much of a punch when you have people who are driving around in these conditions. A lot of people were told were out in their cars when they either were hurt or lost their lives. So that's the reality of the situation here. Now, Governor Ron DeSantis tried to prepare Floridians as best he could, letting them know to have their supply kits ready, their generators filled up with gas, and he strategically placed resources all across the state and specifically along the projected path of this storm to try to help alleviate some of the problems that we expected to see and those impacts. One of those are generators to power those street lights. Others are pumps to actually help clear out the water on some of those flooded roads. And of course, opening shelters, having food and water and things that people who do lose power and maybe without for the next few days will need in order to get through. So this is, of course, still an ongoing situation. And as you see here, we're still dealing with some relentless rain and some strong wind gusts. But again, there are still some people trying to make the moves and get help to those who need it. So it's going to be a long next few days for much of the southeast, guys.
Nicole Valdes reporting live on Tropical Storm Debby. Thank you so much for your excellent reporting on such a scary situation. We really appreciate it. I'll go ahead and send it back to you in the studio.